What up? Holy shit. I'm back. And today, what up, Arcane? How you doing? Holy Lord Day? Yep. We start today. Once we're done with fiddling around with PoB, we're gonna start with lore appreciation and try to get through some of the videos. Maybe just acts, if whatever we have time for, essentially. And then whatever we don't finish today, we're gonna continue tomorrow. So yeah, today firstly, I haven't watched this challenge video because I wanted to see it with you guys. So like, so I get my reaction in seeing the rewards. And then there is the other thing I wanted to see, the updated patch notes. Fun fact, I expected the change in the sense that I actually already knew it was gonna happen. It just wasn't official. It wasn't official yet and it hadn't been announced. So when you sent me the message, I already knew what the change was gonna be. But I was happy to see it official. Or officially, I should say. Where is it? Where are patch notes? Recently asked questions, rewards, now available, yada yada. Patch notes. Patch notes when? Updates for 25, is this it? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start with the rewards and then move to the other one. So let's see. Sickest rewards in a while. Oh, then we're in for a banger then. Oh, this is a cool weapon effect. Kind of look like the runes. It also has lightning. Smack. 24 challenges. You have character effects. Oh, so it's just always floating around you. I mean, level up effect is only really useful for like the first 90 something levels. After that, you just don't see it anymore. But I do like that it's floating above you. Kalguran cloak. This is a giant ass rune at your back. God damn, Verisium. Isn't Verisium the Kalguran resource that they like so much? Boom. Dead. Or is he like a boss in this? Verisium Knight finisher effect. Okay. I didn't read the Knight parts. Like, god damn, he's dead already. I feel like with this finisher effect, I'm gonna think so many times that mob just showed up and he could actually make me like use some mobility skill or panic in like certain situations where I'm not even paying the most attention, unless I'm just used to it. Oh, this I want. This I definitely want. 36 challenges though. It's the one of the last ones you're gonna get. But this I definitely want this one. This is cool. And this is the challenge trophy. There are gonna be 40 challenges this league. Interesting. I mean, I think there are 40 challenges every league year. Let me see. Let me see if I notice anything on the character by the last. It doesn't look like there should be armor. There's always armor, but they haven't showcased what the armor is going to be. Is there more information on this? Rune character effect, Kalguran cloak, Verisium, Knife Finisher, and Kingsmouth portal. But these are some dope ass microtransactions, or I guess challenge rewards, I should say. I'm guessing there are some rewards that are not shown here, right? like the rewards for, let's say this is 36, but like 28, for example, could have a reward. I don't think, I don't remember if Necropolis had all of them in the challenge rewards reveal, because like I said, I haven't been one to, I didn't really, I wasn't I wasn't vibing with challenges yet. I didn't know what I could get from them. I wasn't, what's what I'm looking for here. I wasn't in tune with my inner challenge runner. You know, I didn't know. I was misguided. But now I do. So, you know, I can appreciate what this is. To be fair, whenever I saw challenge rewards, I didn't know what they were referring to. And then these patch notes, these beautiful patch notes. So let's talk about it. Let's see what this is, because I haven't seen this one. Cold Staff, Iron Staff, and now have 20% chance to block AD while wielding a shield. Previously 18%. But are these one-handed staves? Iron Staff and Vile Staff now have while wielding a staff. Okay. This is also while wielding a staff. I don't know how I saw shield here. So they just have 20% chance to block, increase from 18. All right. But then this change, the one we were worried about so much, has been finally addressed. And what is the change? Well, let's read the old one. This is the change that was on the initial patch notes. Corpses spawned by the Desecrate and Corpse Walk skill effects now have a 15% chance to match your specters, rather than a 15% chance on top of being added to the main pool of corpse varieties that can be picked from. These spectral corpses are now unusable for most purposes and can only be used by minion skills such as Raise Spectre and Bone Offering. Now, what was the problem with this? It was going to be very unlikely that you would get your Spectre when you spam Desecrate, and because your Spectres are no longer added to the area pool, you creating a Spectre bank was gonna have a lot of friction, right? You couldn't transfer Spectres from character to character because the area wouldn't have set Spectres even if it hasn't reset. What else? There was also worry about not having a personal corpse pool with the verbiage of this. So you might not be able to like resummon specters you like, let's say, had and died. For like, example, Spectral Leader is a big culprit for this. So what does the new thing say? Corpses spawned by the Desecrate and Corpse Walk skills now have a 15% flat chance to match your specters, or 100% in hideout areas. Increased, and I know this was increased from 50%, because apparently previously it was 50%. But now it's 100%. So now you're guaranteed a specter. You're guaranteed something in your specter pool, essentially. Now, whenever you desecrate in your hideout, which is huge. Now, granted, it's still 15% everywhere else, and this also still means that for a specter bank, you will need to desecrate for the person who's trying to take the specters. But like, it's not. It's a better middle ground to be at. Now you don't have to worry about, oh, my what's it called? What's that fucker called? Slave driver. He just died. I have to go back to Act 5 to pick him up. But that is coupled with this change too. New patch notes. The number of specter varieties saved to your character that can now be desecrated is now always 10, rather than being based on your specter limits. So you always have 10 specters in your specter bank. Which you can add and remove as you wish. Well, not as you wish, but you can manipulate. But you have 10, pretty much, which is a healthy chunk considering my previous like highest specter count was like 9. Yeah, 9. Anyways, so yeah, I'm all for these patch notes. I like them. They're pretty good. Is there anything else I wanted to do before patch notes? Before OBS? I say OBS. POB, before POB. I don't think so. So we can get started on POB so we can, wrap things up sooner. And So first things first, we're going to start with the low budget Defiler because this is what we are going to be doing personally. This is going to be what we use the most on League Start. I want this to be as tanky as it can be, and depending on what changes come with the Spectres, I don't want to rely on. I don't want to. Why am I level 87 without this? What did you change? Automatic calculation for rage sacrifice when using rage vortex, quality, yada yada. Get aura, tattoo keystones, legion notables, changes. Okay. Save. I haven't done anything really. I do believe Wretched Defilers would like. I would like to have some block here. So this is supporter pack type content. Mm-hmm. You mean the challenge thing, right? Yeah, they are really high quality. The question now, and what I have on my mind is like, what does the armor look like? Because I'm sure it's gonna look dope. Because I unpopular opinion, I actually liked the Necropolis trash man. I liked it. The fact that you can now rain trash on people you trade with. Arcane, I'm coming for you. Beware. You will get trash rained on you. I can guarantee it. I haven't debuted that yet. It is coming. Anyways, so the TLDR of this is we're trying to stay away from gems as much as possible. If we don't have to put a gem in it, or if we do, it's gonna be like as basic as it can be. Same thing with the gems. We're not using Raid Lord because Raid Lord can be multiple divines on League starts. This is the bare minimum you need to survive on this character. You want this guy with 4 blues, which is easy to socket because it's 4 fucking blues. What can go in there? You can put your zombies in there because you can put your specters in there. You can put anything really. Like, look, 4 blue, 4 blue, 3 blues. Blues are everywhere. So like, I'm very happy with the 4 blue triad grip. And the reason we do that is because, you know, it's Wretched Defilers, right? You want your supporting minions, your zombies, your skeletons to all do lightning damage, so you can just go ham on scaling lightning. Worst case scenario, your zombies should have volatility in place of minion life. Well, this is very end game. You don't want volatility until what am I looking at here? What's the verbiage I'm looking for? You don't want that until you have Percosto. That's what I'm trying to say. So we start off with the tree we want to end up with, and then we go from there. I guess let's go with skills. I want to manage skills, and so I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna make it early maps, and I'm gonna edit early maps as I see fit. Now, early maps, you get your 5 link. I want to list this in order. So Spell Echo is obviously the most important. Control Destruction, Lightning Pen. This is for slave drivers, so I'm gonna put minion speed, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking minion speed. Early focus isn't bad, but I would like to have them apply shocks and whatnot. So faster casting might be the play. 5 link specters. Then here for big DPS, we have this. We don't have Blessed Rebirth, which is why we have Minion Life. But there is also the argument to be made to where this is just going to be volatility. Just so they have more damage, really. These should be body armor. These should be helmets. And on top of volatility, these should be level 20, or just max them out, because I don't, at this level you should be fine. Chaos Golem should be there to apply Feeding Frenzy. It doesn't need minion life as much anymore, so we can take that off if we don't need it. Gloves, Conductivity, Frostblink, Convocation, fine. We can even pull something else that's blue if we can think of anything we want to add. Then our defenses, Steel Skin, Automation, Phase Run, Dash Chill. Spells, we want Precision, Generosity, and then for ours we want Purity and Tempest Shield. Now with Tempest Shield, we also want Mistress, so we want to have, this should honestly be in our offhand. Should be in our offhand, and then this should be in our, so boots are full. So this can be, so basically, let's put this in weapon 1. So then there are 2 gems in here. Body, helmets, gloves, boots. Gloves have a space, so I can put a blue gem in here. It could be any of these, so I'm going to put, say, Tempest Shield. Because Tempest Shield is important, but none of them have any support gems that I particularly care about. So with them moving to the gloves, we have a free spot. And well, our boots still have 2 free gem spots too. So there's that. Oh, not 2. It has actually it has 2. Because this is now a weapon. And something else that's going into weapon, because we want a trigger weapon, is we want Desecrate, Bone Offering. That goes in the weapon. The weapon should have trigger. Pretty much this. Yeah. We also want to get increased offering effect, because that gives us easy block chance, like 67, 64. What else do we want to do? We want to scale back on some of the things we're already scaling towards. So what do? I want to leave this as is. This is important, having this leech node. This is also pretty important, being able to eat. This, however, is not. This is not. So I guess for the zombies, I'm going to have them rely more on convocations, heal, as well as regen from here and here. So we can ignore this. I like this one before you get Blessed Rebirth, but we don't have Blessed Rebirths. There's a part of me that wants to use endurance charges. So like if we don't get our hands on, obviously, what's his face? Oak. We don't get our hands on Oak. Our PDR is very shite. Elemental damage reduction is decent, but PDR bad. Speaking of, did I put life on everything? I guess not. You need to have life. I should put life on the pieces that can have life. If I haven't, I think most pieces should have life already. But yeah, life is a priority. Okay, so that was just the only one that didn't have life. What else? What else? What else? So we're spending points here. We have life here. We have life there. I would like to have more armor scaling. And the reason PDR is as low as it is because we aren't using determination. Why are we not using determination, you might ask? At the moment, I don't think we can actually afford to use determination. Yeah, we can't. No, with Tempest Shield. So the alternative would be to turn off Tempest Shield, but then our spell block chance goes to shit for it. I don't like our spell block chance going to shit. Is there an easy way to solve this without currency? None that I know of. How much does determination improve our... We don't have a defensive? Well, I was scared for a second. I was like, why do we not have a defensive? We have steel skin. This would be better if we had... What's the name of the... Molten Shell, because we now have some armor with determination. But assuming we do not have determination... Yeah, we just lose more than half of our armor without determination. So I think we want it hands down. But we can't have purity of elements determination unless we get an anoint, and what's its face is very expensive. Charisma is very expensive. We can't rely on it. Anyone that doesn't have golden is gonna be ideal, but I don't think there's gonna be even a single aura one that doesn't use golden. Golden is expensive, so we have to make do without golden. What is the play? Because ideally I want this setup to be something you can get going with in less, like a divine, maybe less. Like this is just stuff you finish your campaign. What do you buy? You buy this, you buy this, you buy this, you buy all of these, and you shouldn't be breaking the bank for anything. You shouldn't spend nothing here should be up to a divine, and oils can easily be like a divine early. So I want to steer clear of golden anoints at least. Is there really nothing I can do? If there's nothing I can do, then maybe I just find a better way to deal with spell block. Eldritch currency, probably not the best thing to use on my chess piece either, because I won't have an abundant amount early either. But that being said, if you wanted to, you can. You can have an early... Is it Ether? Yeah, it's Ether that has some block, and just put 5% there. You can spend some money on this. The problem with this is this costs currency. It might cost more currency than I would like to spend, because you just have to keep rolling until you hit block spell damage, right? And that's unideal. That is unideal. But yeah, I think not having phase max hits is a mistake. So I think that is the play. Potentially this. I can't use nightmares. I can't use any of the nightmares. Blue nightmare, red nightmare, I can't use them. Because I'm, again, trying to keep cost low as humanly possible. So it's something where you accept you're going to die, but you're trying to die as little as possible. So since we have switched out of Tempest Shield, and into determination. Yeah, we have that already. Since we have switched, what we should do is we should also switch this into molten shell. Phase max it is now 10k, 25k LE. This would also improve our max hits and whatnot by a big chunk. Adds 2k to our phase max hit and 4k to LE. How do we do this? If oak is decently cheap, then that would be good. But I don't see him being decently cheap. So we have to find an alternative. If I link through here, can I save points? Is there anywhere on this tree I can save points? That's another question I have. If I link through here 2 points, I can clear here. If I clear here, well, this life matrix has to go. So that's a point. I low-key want to get rid of this wheel. Nah, that wheel is kind of important. I don't want my health to go below. Like, I like my health being as high as it is. I eat 30. I feel like it was even higher. What I could do is 10%, 15% if no life modifiers. And then get a chest piece without life. Nah. Early on, that is a no-brainer with node. That was something you 100% get, which I should confirm. Oh god, I need to do the other ones. Betty Murphy, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Increase offering effects. Do I care about anything else? I could go pen. Well, for now we're trying to trim our usage of points. And I guess most of the points we currently spend go into the travel to all the areas we're in. We're here, and here is like the most debatable where I can remove it, but I can't remove the leech. It's not possible, and Eldritch Battery just makes sense.
Hello there.
Hello there, Betty. How you doing? Increase AoE is something we can get rid of naturally. Can we? Do slave drivers have AoE on their shit? That is the question. That is a good question too. Yeah, it does. Okay, so minion AoE does affect it. That it does. All right. In that case, I would like more AoE. Do I care about this node? I use skeletons. I care about their duration. But honestly, no. I don't care about that node. Not really. It has minion damage. It's nice, but it's not do or die. I can actually make do without those points right there. In place of them, what do we want to get? We have a couple options. We're already at 80%. Like I said, I want to prioritize getting endurance charges if, that thing is more expensive. So let's get there are two options here. I could get a small cluster jewel, but the small cluster jewel would be like spending 5 points for, endurance charges. That doesn't make sense. So I will get a medium into a small. Jeez. Because then that would maybe be worth it. Get obviously 4. I don't care about anything else. Minion life. Here we can get Blessed Rebirth if it's possible. That way we don't have to worry about losing the block. And if Blessed Rebirth is impossible, then we don't get anything. But yeah, that's all we're shooting for here. Let's set rebirth and some random stats. Whatever you get, man. Whatever you get. Why is this large? Tell me I did just this, right? Okay, cool. Now that we've spent, now these 3 points are more worth it because we spent 3 points into 3 points and we're getting Blessed Rebirth and some minion life. Now it's worth it to then go small cluster jewel and get endurance charges. How do we get endurance charges again? I feel like it's armor. Enduring composure, that's the one. I don't know how cheap or expensive these will be, but we'll kind of have to see. So yeah, we get some more percent armor, which is a very good start for me because I've been looking for more sources of percent armor. And then enduring composure. So now we can see without the shadow of a doubt, we have full endurance charges. Regardless, we have full endurance charges. Exposure is showing red. Does this mean we don't have any sources of exposure? Where are our elemental army support minions? If it's nowhere, I'm gonna put you here. It's important to have exposure. I feel like I should have had somewhere else, but it's fine. So this is an in case we do not have access to the perfect warlord, which realistically we probably don't have early. This might be a lot more affordable. Then we have 80% max res, which is good. We have this. A part of me wants to stay away from cluster jewels, but let's just see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 8 points we don't have to spend if we don't want to. What else? We have 2 points left to spend before we're at 110. At this rate, we have like we have very decent max hits already. Like I think our max hits are kind of too good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to remove this. Not because I don't like it. I just don't want it's a situation where you feel like you have to get these things early. Because again, I'm going to make a guide for this. I don't want people to feel pressured into needing these things because these are not needed. They are very nice. Like as you can see, just from removing them, we lost like 4k phase max hit, 3k. Actually, this is like 10k, so like 3k phase max hit, give or take. We also lost Blessed Rebirth, which just makes it so our Vow Summon Skelly will not die on spawn, which is actually very important. I thought I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. F it, you know? What else is there? We lost minion damage here, so maybe we want to get it elsewhere. So we can opt for life modifiers here. We can also opt for maybe some more block modifiers because we still want to cap our block as best as we can. So if we can get these, that'd be amazing. But this is a big investment. It's a big point investment. This has 2 more points that I'm willing to spend at this budget. So what can go is the question. Because I can't be budgeting for it. It is something I'm probably not gonna be like low budget. Like I'd have some currency, not the most, but like I'd have something, you know. What's a good choice? 2 points that can go. Convocation is mandatory. This is mandatory. This is mandatory. This is less, but I'm not going to lose that damage. I'm also not a fan of the idea of losing this, especially with the max zombies and skellies. I'm not losing this. This is like the most removable, but this has mana. I mean, I don't care about mana regen anymore, so this is just 7% life. 744. This is a total of 8, so that is 15% life. I can save a point and get 10% life there. I lose 4%, but I gain what I lost in ES. Are there any other more efficient nodes? Because I mean, this is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. This puts me at 110, and I still have almost 3,700 life. And these are using, I think, the old shield, the old life numbers. So Saints Hallberg doesn't. It maxes at 1. Yeah, these are using the old life numbers. I was like, no way. But yeah, these are the old life numbers. Not getting anything fancy here. I could even craft. I wonder if this craft is gonna stay. Because if I can manually craft this as well as have Eldritch implicits, like let's say Searing Exarch, and Searing Exarch provides fist to fire or whatever, fist to something. My PDR would actually be higher than it is here, which is huge. But we could do something like this. We could even benchcraft life or some resist or something. Oh yeah, this is in there. So we have like 14k phase max hit and 30k LE max hits. That's not bad. Considering the bulk of the money you would spend is like on this. Like these +1 gear would probably be the most expensive. This one might be expensive to get life on, so I might even remove the life. Maybe that's what I was thinking when I didn't put life the last time. Minion damage is, I don't want to say it's negotiable because it's not really negotiable. Like if you lose it, you can survive. You just might want to be doing more damage than you're doing in that moment. But if you're like me and you hate dying, priorities, you know. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. Overall, I think this is fine. I don't have too many complaints. This is where the real low budget bare minimum is. So let's work on everything getting to that point. I think that's fair. Let's get there. Acts. This is 60 points, so we're level 50. Level 50, we have these extra life nodes because slave drivers don't play with their squishiness. It's squishy as fuck. So I don't mind this. There's nothing we have going on. Actually, there is. There is. From Act 4, we don't need here. From Act 4 onwards, we don't really need here because we don't care about minion. Well, that's not entirely true. Vow Summon Skelly uses minion duration. So we do kind of care about minion duration. However, when do we get the second labyrinth? First one gives you this. Second one, I feel like I remember it being like in the 50s. No. First one is Act 3. Second one is Act 7. So it's well into it. Then you get another in like Act 9. What's the Act 10? I think it's Act 10, you get the third one. And then you're supposed to, you can then proceed to do the fourth one if you have the thing, which you should not have. So the 75 points is where, oh, I'm way ahead of myself. You see this shit? Way ahead of myself. 90.67. Yeah, you should be at Kitava here, so you get that. All right. For this, I think we're fine. I don't want to lose this just yet, but that AoE, yeah, I think it's something we drop. I like AoE simply because it's SRS, it's melee splash, takes advantage of it, and Nice. We don't drop it. By this point, we have slave drivers going. By 45, we don't. But I guess we can just keep it. We don't need it too early. So what I'm going to do is I have a maps. Why do I have a maps? 110 replaces maps. Hmm. $45. This is fine. Honestly, these are a bigger priority than these. This one, no, because this one you would get much earlier. But like this gives 10%, 10%, and you get 20% damage for it, while this just gives 4% extra total. So your priority should be getting here. Then we can convert. So 45 is done. 60 already has both cases, so it's not too big of a deal. 30, on the other hand, yeah, this is fine. Fine. We just converted then. 15, probably still fine. AoE is not important by this point. Please don't do it. We remove AoE, or better still, we can put something else like accuracy rating. Oh, is accuracy rating here? Yeah, it is. Okay, just confirming. So yeah, here we just confirm this. Convert. The reality is we do not need AoE until we get our specters, but yeah, we actually don't need AoE until then. So let's just remove it and just keep going until when I think here we should have our specter, so we can have AoE. How's it going? What up, Zabia? Or is it Zabi? How you doing? What's your league starting? I'm probably going to go race specters day one, pretty much. I plan on league starting it, and my plan is to use slave drivers through the campaign into Wretched Defilers once I have like 20 Atlas points. I think it's 22. About 22 Atlas points is when I can get my Wretched Defilers if I get lucky. Yeah, I did race Spectre last season. It was good. I enjoyed the playstyle. I basically just enjoy being able to. I'm at 46. What did I do here? Huh. Okay, I clicked something I should not have. Oh well. But yeah, I enjoy the playstyle of just running during the campaign and not spending time on each pack, but gaining levels as you move. It's it's the only way I have found that I can level up quickly, in quotes, without feeling like I'm over leveling. Because once I use like stuff like SRS, I tend to try to clear almost every pack I run into, even though I know I shouldn't. So yeah, it's the middle ground I made up. I'm doing some experimental shit I cooked up. Oh lol. What are you working on? Or what did you cook up? What kind of build is it? Yeah, then 60 has everything I need, so we're chilling. Warden support? What? Are you playing in a group? And what does Warden support look like? I think I just delete everything that has 3.24. Can I? Nope. I have to delete them one at a time. 3.24. 0.24. 0.24. 0.24. 0.24. There we go. And then we save. I can send you a POB if you want, but it's a cursor ailment bot. Do not send the link right now. I will permit you so you can send it. Just so the bot doesn't get you. You can send it. Yeah, we can take a look. Low budget is done, thank goodness. So now we can move on to the medium budget where we try to move. Do we want to create a budget in between? Because this just goes from like the base pieces straight into like CI. And I mean, this is mid-budget in the sense that nothing here should be back-breaking expensive. Like we still use Cloak of Flames, but even Cloak of Flames, I'm questioning, do we really need it? No. Do we? This is when we just get our rate load. Once we get our rate load, we want to actually invest in ES. Pretty much all the uniques I have are for one line of text on them. Lol, that sounds so janky. Let's take a look. All right, split arrow warden. Split arrow splitting so you can hit many enemies. We have split arrow, hex touch, elemental weakness, conductivity, temporal change, and enfeeble. Are you using Doda? Is it Doda's damage or anathema? That's the one I was thinking of. Okay, so this is the easy way to get your curse limits to support that. What is this? Rash Kaldor's Patience. Mana, life, duration of elemental ailments on enemies. Gems have increased attribute rating, but then you always free shock ignite, which means you always apply those things. That means once they're ignited, you're not taking this? I'm surprised you're not taking Avatar of the Winds. Okay. But you said Chaos, right? I'm not just a cursor. Defied Forces gives me 100% uptime of ailments. It's a notable top left of the tree. Oh, notable. Defiled Forces, this one. Oh, refresh duration of ignites, chill and shock on enemies you curse. Remove elemental ailments when you cast a curse. So basically, it's always refreshing the ailments and removing it and refreshing it. Or basically, no, you're always reapplying. You're always applying ailment. So every single time. Oh, okay, that makes sense. If it's refreshing the duration of ignites, does that count as applying for the purpose of like this? I wonder. I don't think so, right? It wouldn't make sense too. So this lets me get to 50 shocks easily with Oath of Spring. Okay. By the way, are you playing in a group or are you playing solo? Minus LE damage taken from spell hits per bark. And prevents suppress spell damage per bark below maximum. But then enemy spells interact with bark, which isn't bad. Storm Rain, Mana Forge Arrows, Bone Chill, GMP. Then we have Storm Rain, Mana Forge Arrows, Precision, GMP. Do these fire independently? Like, if you spend X amount of mana, do you just fire 2 sets of Storm Rains? Okay, trio play. Okay, so that makes sense why you'd want all these curses. You just use bow. Oh, that's cool. Split arrows with return projectile mark. You also have marks. Oh, that's cool. Mana Forge Arrows, blink arrow. Does this just teleport you around? Or is blink arrow not going to be linked? The belt? Okay, let's look at the belt. You won't have blink arrow linked. It will only be... Okay. Dexterity evasion rating. Increased duration of elemental ailments on enemies. And then enemies ignited by you have 15% of phase damage they deal converted to fire damage. Oh. Enemies shocked by you have 15% converted. So this is basically 30% phase to elemental conversion. Pretty much. This is just 15% phase or 30% without having to worry about all the things they nerfed. Look at my resist because of my glove setup with impurity gems. And your gloves, what do your gloves do? Level of socketed Val skills, negative level of non-Val skills, armor, evasion, life, code res, and then onslaught when you use a Val skill. What Val skills are you using? Val, impurity of ice, impurity of lightning, fire, haste. Haste is off. So I'm guessing you use Val haste, correct? Oh. Well, you don't actually cast impurity of fire, right? Like you don't actually cast the Val versions. Because I mean, do you have tech for reducing your Val lockout period or amount of souls you gain? I'm at 90 auras. Yeah, I see. So I press it for scary mobs. My question is how are you gonna gain? You don't have the soul flask? How are you gonna gain? I guess the souls for them. I feel like this would take a while to fill up. 4 souls each requiring like 50 souls. Yeah, so 200 souls on average to fill everything up. Do you have anything that's helping with that? Because in theory, you could also just fit that flask and you have. Always be up for the scary stuff. Unless the scary stuff is at the start of the map. But yeah, this looks good so far. I'm guessing you have an aura bot since you're trio, so you're the cursor. There's gonna be, I guess someone has to be DPS slash caller. So your main DPS guy just has to be a caller slash, what's it called, DPS, right? Carry aura bot on myself. All right, makes sense. I was gonna say your aura bot is gonna have, I'm assuming, grace and determination, right? Because if your aura bot has grace and determination, what you could do is you could go for Stibnite flask and Basalt flask, and the increased armor slash evasion could be more of a benefit to you. Because the more flat you have, the better the. But to be fair, they did nerf the flat on those auras, so maybe you do want more flats. Even though the scale aura effect is not going to be as good as it was before, so this honestly is not bad to get flats. But that's just the harder one to get at this point, unless you're getting it from gear. And then you have the replica Wind Ripper, which enemies frozen by you take 20% increased damage. Ooh. ES gained on killing a shocked enemy. I'm guessing you're not going to be killing, so unless your color doesn't, have item rarity, in which case you don't care if you kill or not. So you're not killing. Okay, then this is just 20% multi, a 20% multi if the enemy doesn't have any other increased damage taking sources. But then again, I think you apply Bone Chill, do you not? You have Bone Chill on a Storm Rain, if I remember correctly. And I'm guessing your carry was gonna use Bone Chill as well. Enemies chilled by your hits have damage taken increased by chill effects. Chill enemies as though dealing 80% more damage. Oh, that is strong. That's kind of strong. For what you needed to do, that is pretty strong. Enemies frozen have this, so they take 20% increased damage, and on top of that, they just take increased damage based off of chill effects. So basically, enemies are going to take a whole lot of increased damage. I'll be giving my carry times 2.2 damage before factoring in curses and how long they have before being frozen or chilled. And this is also not this is also ignoring shock, which also increases damage taken in this case by 2% times 50, which is equal to almost 100% increased damage taken. So this coupled with the chill effect, do you know how strong your chill effect might be? No, we do not. But did we did get 80% chill effects kind of here. So no matter what, you should be able to get decent chill effects to then increase the damage. For Cold Mastery / Glacial Cage. Which Glacial Cage? Let me see. Cold Mastery. Is it the one that's here? No, that's Breath of Rhyme. Is notable? Alright, let's see. Let's read it. Oh, it's this one. Enemies permanently take 1% increased damage taken for each second they've been chilled by you, up to 10. Oh, so there's another 10% here. No cold. Where do you have cold? Oh, there we go. Enemies permanently take 5% for every second, up to 50%. Oh, so if you basically freeze them for 10 seconds, they get the 50% from here. They get the 10% from here. That's 60. Then they get 100% increase from shock, assuming you insta apply all, not assuming after the 10 seconds they have max shock. Then that's 100. So that's 160. Then you have this one, whatever the chill effect is gonna be. Wait, for now, we're going to ignore it in the calculations. We haven't factored into effect the curses. What else is there? 50, 50, 10, 100. Where did the second 50 come from? And then there's 20 here. So, you know, I'm currently at 180. So I'm missing a 50. I'm missing a 50. Did I miss something? No. So this is 20. This is 10. This is 50. This is just chill effects. Yeah, this is 50. This is 10. So that's 60. We have 100 here. 160. Chill is 50% cause of quiver. Are we do we know it's gonna be 50%? Like, is that basically guaranteed? I'm assuming it's not on like Uber bosses, and maybe pinnacle bosses might have it lower, but for map bosses it's 50. Yeah. Okay. If it's 50, then yeah, that is 230. So that's 2.3x damage for free, without auras, without curses rather. And then the curses are early weakness, conductivity, temporal chains, and then feeble. I'm guessing temporal chains, so chill and other ailments do not, well, they expire slower. And then your main DPS is gonna be conductivity. And I'm guessing you took Warden simply so you can get Oath of Spring. This was the primary reason you went Warden. And then this was a nice secondary. Because you're not doing damage, you don't care about 80% more damage. Right? And then this just makes you tanky. But do you think that instead of this, you might want to go into tinctures? Because there might be some tinctures that apply debuffs, maybe? I don't know. And I don't know that it's going to be shareable effects that can come from tinctures simply because A, it's already limited to melee weapons, and with this one it comes ranged. But we'll have to see what tinctures look like. But it's possible that there might be something here. Also, here's something fun you could also try to get. What's your anoint? You anointed the noodles on the other end, correct? Where is it? Why am I? It's this one. Yeah, you defiled forces. Now here's something you might want to is it enchant? And that is perma uptime of ailments. This might be interesting for you. Because this means if you find some source of conk ground like a flask, you could also reduce all of your resistances by 10. So you could use something like, what's the name of that flask? The unique one. I forget. Consecrated ground. We're looking at Vine Spike Cordial. Is that a unique? If I can get the Flesh and Flame with Master Surgeon on it. For perma uptime on Life Flask. Oh, it's an anoint? Okay, let's see. Vine Spike. Was it? This one. This is the all damage can poison, right? Not all damage, grasping vines, and then your carry can have all damage can poison. Yeah, because grasping vines would just slow them by a good chunk. Like they basically don't move, especially when you couple that with chill. Like they are not moving anywhere. And then of course you can just have bonus damage by all damage poisons. Without your carry doesn't have to go into poison chance, ignite, like it doesn't have to do any of that. All he has to do is just hit them and poison. So it's just gonna be bonus damage. So long as he doesn't have a gem that's stopping like damage over time from being efficient. It's just nothing but upside. But yeah, this is not bad. But then you'd have to figure out a different solution for your ailments where they're always affected. Crossbolt of Ice Nova. Oh. I'll just do some life and path to Defiled. To be fair, your survivability is going to be really good, all things considered, because you're not going to be on this. You have an aura bot, right? And I assume you don't have... I don't remember how to set an aura bot, but I'm assuming you didn't do this. Yeah. I wouldn't bother with it either. But yeah, you can actually just... This is 5 points. Okay. Could be worse. Can't be asked to do it. Yeah, like I don't think even if I was running with an aura bot, I probably don't mess with this. This just seems like a whole lot of effort. Like so much effort that I'm not willing to put. So bloody much. And this is a pretty cool build. I like it. As a part of a trio, it's bound to look at my calcs. Freeze duration multiplier. Let's see, freeze duration times 2.61. Huh. That is interesting. 100% chance to chill, to unfreeze. So you always freeze if you do not If they don't have any reasons for you to not freeze, they will be frozen. And then chill effect mode is times 3. Chill duration is 4 seconds, but you can't even chill because you have 100% freeze chance. Accuracy could be higher, I guess. Do you have any reason to not have it higher? Accuracy might be something you want to consider, because it's not 100% on bosses. So this is something you might want to consider. Getting to like 3,900, 800 would be probably the safe bet. But other than that, everything looks good. Not killing any bosses in the group, and if we are, my build likely in walking in there. Okay. So like in any other situation, it should be fine. I think standard boss. I assume this is a map boss. You have a 100% chance, so yeah, you're chilling. You're chilling. Daily and T17s sounds like a plan. And you guys, because you're in a group, you get to benefit from, what do you call it? You get to benefit from quant multipliers that non-group people don't have access to. Especially with the removal of quant on gear. It's very important. What do I want to do here? I feel like the mid-budget is honestly fine. I would like to have more in the way of auras. That is something I would like to do ideally. Now, what's my armor look like? What are my auras? We have Wrath. We have Determination, Tempest Shield. And do we have Purity? We're not using Purity, so we're getting freeze immunity from somewhere else. Where are we getting it from? Let me check my boots. Chance to avoid bleeding, yada yada. Brian King. Tempest Shield makes it so I don't care about shock. What is my anti-freeze here? Do I not have anti-freeze? Did I overlook that? No way, right? It just wouldn't make sense to me if I had Purity of Elements alongside Wrath and Determination. Like, I don't have that level of, and Tempest Shield, I don't have that level of RMR. Like, no, I don't. Especially not a unique helmet and a unique chest piece. It's not happening. I have no anti. That's not good. Ranking is giving me freeze immunity, but I like chill immunity. I guess my thought process is Brian King just removes freezes and I only have to worry about ignites, really. Because the plan is to get everything in Brian King, and I will have everything in Brian King. And considering this is mid-budget, I guess that is not a bad plan. I do still want to incorporate endurance charges here. I think endurance charges are a must. I also do not like the idea of dropping max res. Speaking of dropping max res, I dropped resistances, so I need to fix that. So let's fix it. What is the easiest way to fix it? I am not using Piranda's Pact here, or I guess now it's that which was taken, so I'm not using that which was taken. I saw no one making warden support, and I was like, how is this not just better than current ailment bots? I do not know what current ailment bots run. Do they go like ailment bots? Do they go something in the Templar region? Or what are they doing? Was a fun build to make, I bet. Elementalists? So they can apply ailments without getting chance to. Hmm. I mean, that's fine. Or occultists. Occultists I can understand because of the negative code res and the extra curse. But you don't need extra curse when you make your curses the same number as your power charges. So this is even it's unnecessary. But you can get a free power charge, so a free curse all the same. And then you have multiple freezes in the form of, was it this one? Yeah, you just chill nearby enemies or freeze nearby enemies. But then your presence would have to be wide for this to be like, for this to help someone who is off screening. They can't. Just can't. I'm inclined to agree, especially with the new, even just with the shock stacking. It just makes sense. Which, by the way, I haven't even thought about what is the warden version of this. Suppress spell damage, attacks pen, and additional tincture. That seems kind of meh. Like, pen is You can already cap spell suppress pretty easily going ranger. And I guess additional tincture is unique, but like, okay. This is meh. It's us. Yeah, I can see. Glad is good. Let me see. What does Gladiator give now? 25% chance for aggravated bleeding on hit. That's good. That feels like something I would want to get. 50% chance to block from equipped shield instead of shield value. Oh, so you still gain the 50% block. I would think this would be like 35%, but like they gave you the full 50%. That is good. Inherent bonuses from dual wielding are doubled. Oh, and then deal 1% more damage with hits to rare enemies for every 2% up to maximum 50. This is good. You go this, you feel like you just went a sub ascendancy, or you went an ascendancy on the on what's her face, the ascendants. But like this, these are all shit you can get elsewhere. Like this, you know what this feels like? This feels like the old Raider, but you have currency. That's what this feels like. You know how the old Raider would like give you like onslaught and stuff, and like stuff you can just get elsewhere. Like, okay, that's what this feels like. Scion Whispering Ice might just go glad for the last node. Whispering Ice? Level 1 Ice Storm. Chance to block attack damage while wielding yada yada. Spell damage per intelligence. Increase intelligence. Why would this like Gladiator? Nah, it can't. Because it doesn't gain the equipped shield. Aggravated bleeding, sure. And then more damage with hits and ailments. That is good. That is like the only one that helps with with Whispering Eyes, from what I can tell, because it doesn't use a shield, it doesn't dual wield, and it doesn't interact with bleeding. It would be Trickster Glad. This is just it had to be like for optimal DPS or something. Trickster. More damage for each different mastery. So basically, the goal would just be to get as much of it, like more damage multipliers as you can have. Pretty much, which isn't bad, but I feel like you'd be throwing away too much for the Gladiator. Like you throw away basically 2 bonuses to get the last one. Is Gladiator 2 seconds as well? This is for each second. Okay, this is for each 2 seconds, which means it would take you the same amount of time to get to 50% as a Gladiator to get to 100%. Which is what, 25 seconds? I mean, it's not too long when you're considering like pinnacle bosses and maybe Ubers, but for regular bosses, I don't see you lasting 25 seconds, so I don't think you also gain the full effect of the last node either. You're trading Occultist for Gladiator. What does Occultist give? If I remember correctly, additional curse, effect of curses, and then ES and cannot be stunned. What skill would they go with the staff, with the Whispering Eyes? So there's a few things I want to incorporate into this build here. Few things. A, I want max res. B, I want to fix my resistances. So it shouldn't be too hard to fix them. My strength is fine. I think my dex is fine. Oh, you tried to... I'm gonna have to untime you out. You know, without having someone be on the alert, it's actually hard to figure out where they are before they are untimed out. Let's see. What is the easiest way to figure out how to untime people out? Community. No, it's not an activity. Why is it not an activity? No, it's not there. Moderation. I don't see it. Nah, I don't see it. Only 60 seconds. Yeah, it's only 60 seconds, but like I would ideally prefer if I could see it somewhere. Like basically know where it is at to then remove it. Does that mean like to then on time you out or on time people out if that were to happen? But like if you're on the activity thing, like if you follow or something, it's easy to tell because I can click your name right there. But because it currently deletes all your messages, and I don't see it on OBS at least, it's just, you know. This is the build. Yeah, the thing is, your name was no longer in chat to click. Does that make sense? Because it's not in chat anymore, I can't click on the name. Because it just purges all the messages. Did I mute this? No, I didn't. So cast, this is cast while channeling, I'm assuming. Cast while channeling Ice Trickster. Okay. What skill is this though? What skill is this? Ball lightning cast when damage taken, cold snap, cyclone cast while channeling, ice storm. Okay, it's the ice storm I was trying to figure out because I've seen mobs use it, but I haven't seen myself use it. You know, I don't think I've seen many ice storm builds. You played a variant of it this league? Ice Storm or Whispering Ice? Oh, it comes from Whispering Ice. Well, that explains it. Oh, that explains why PoB was acting up. Because it was a cast while, it's cast while channeling, but it doesn't, he didn't link a gem. But that makes sense. The damage stacks, right? Like he's casting all of them here, but all the individual casts are going to it's linked. No, I get it. I was just pointing out why it looks weird on POB.in is because it's provided by the staff. So on POB, like it doesn't look linked, but because it's a staff, you know, individual icicles each hit. Okay. You know, there was something I wasn't too sure about, I think way back when. And that is Reign of Spines, which is a version of, what are you a version of? Reign of Arrows. That's the one. Does Reign of...
We are now recording.
Oh, Joe. Was this today? Oh, it must have been on Tuesday, right? I missed it. Probably want to watch this eventually, but not today. So he's testing his YouTube stream. Yes. Does Reign of Arrows stack? I assume it does, right? Like if we have, let's say, if I cast Reign of Arrows twice on the same spot, both Reign of Arrows are going to deal damage. Okay. Just confirming. Because I was never too sure. You have to get negative area of effects so that they're all concentrated. Okay, I mean it makes sense. This is a minion where I don't think I noticed the difference in its reign between reduced AoE and non-reduced AoE. So, but this is a minion I think I want to try again this league. The Perfect Needle Horror. You have to get negative. Oh yeah. With the mirrored rings, or inverted rings, I should say, because you're not mirrored, you're inverted. Let's close this. We already have you open, so we can go ahead and close you. Yes. And then we can come here. So there's a few points I want to free up. I want to free up at least 3 points. Ideally 5 points. Where can I free these up from? That is the question. Now we have 4.5k ES. We can fix this by having a Piranha's pack give us a whole lot more ES, especially here, or that which was taken now. Speaking of which, is that here? Nah, this is still the old that which was taken. What about Piranha's pack? No, they're I don't know if they removed the IP, just was never in POB. Because I remember using Perandus Pact, but then I always just manually did it. But I could do it by having that which was taken with ES for all the nodes here. Assuming it's still the same effect, or even if it's a lower effect, it's still going to be good. But I think it should be. I don't think it's going to be nerfed. But if I have that, I can drop some of the ES notables I have. What are some ES notables I can afford to drop? Probably you. Yeah, you. Put the stun here. With this, we can do this. What is, I guess my lowest is fire, so oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. And then we have 4 ghastly eye jewels we can put resist on that we can just, go for. We have even more here. We can also do the same thing for. We also have a few here we can do the same thing on. So instead of doing all of this, we're just gonna pick one. We're gonna sort it. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna paste it. Then we're going to swap out probably you for fire and cold res or some. This. We're gonna mid-roll it too. So it's nothing too fancy. Then we're going to, did we not add it? We did, right? Yeah, it's here. Where the fuck is it? Oh, that's the one. And then the last one can just give, instead of that, we can just go for fire res. This is all res, fire res. Okay, we're capped again. Lightning res is 1 above fire because of here. And cold is 4 above or 5 above fire res because why is it 5 again? I'm not using a purity, no. Cold res. Oh yeah, it's called a taste of hate. Taste of hate is no longer gonna be a thing. So I should plan what I want to replace taste of hate with because it's not an option, right? What can we realistically put here? We have granite, basalt, quicksilver, quartz. This is one problem I have with minion builds, in that it is just outrightly more difficult to get good flasks that are not, defensive or even defensive. Like, I've scaled my armor. What next? I have phasing, I have speed, I have granite, and I have basalt. I should be able to, in theory, get something else. But I can't. But let me think. We can go for conk ground, but I don't have this node here. So that's meh. Let's go flasks here. Can't do anything of the sort. What can we do? We can do so. Now we don't use vowels either, so it doesn't even make sense to go something like that. Oh shit. That was inflating my cold res. Okay. I mean, in that case, we just fix code res. It shouldn't be too hard. We have bone ring here that can easily just drop minimum endurance charge. Let me be sure. Endurance charge is a suffix, right? Yeah, so code res. So 35. Is this really the highest code res that can be bench crafted? Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna just craft the highest I can, which is 28, and that should be enough. Oh, my math was wrong. It is not enough. Can we bench craft attack cast speed? No, we cannot, right? Which means not an option. We can, of course, just swap it out. No worry too much about attack cast speed, but one of the few areas you can actually scale the DPS of Wretched Defiler, so we'll leave code res for now. Short gloves, I can remove minion damage, which I think is a prefix. They're a prefix, right? Yeah. Do I have an open suffix is the question. I think I do. Lightning res, dexterity, then prefix minion damage. So we just remove that and go code res. But this is overkill. I need 5% code res. That's dumb. You know what I'm gonna do? I know exactly the solution. It's gonna be the fire res one. Instead of fire res whatever, we're gonna go code and fire res. Fire and code res. Yeah, done. Nothing too significant was sacrificed. At this point, the goal would be to have the perfect warlord give you endurance charges. Now, if this is not possible, then we might swap out something like this Ghastly Eye Jewel for the same thing we had in the last one, Enduring Composure. Then we just have to find 2 points from somewhere, which is shouldn't be too big of a deal. Like if we just take off these 2 points, or what other 2 points are not the most necessary or mandatory. I guess this point is I can kind of get rid of it if I wanted to, because I can always get reduced crit strike damage from int nodes. So technically I can, but then I would then lose I think it's like 2% ES, 2% ES, 2% ES. So to get 40, I'd lose 10% ES, which compared to, I lose 10% ES to get 20% reduced extra damage from crits. Whereas if I were to, and that's just saving 1 point, whereas if I were to remove 6% from here, I save that point all the same. But I lose less ES this way. So that might actually be the play. Remove a point from here. Maybe this one too, and then put endurance charges back in. But either way, we definitely want the endurance charges. And with that said, we want max endurance charges too. So for both builds, I kind of want max. This will take 3 points though. That's like the biggest if. It will take 3 points to get here. It's just some easy source. Here, I think I'm going. Everything should have armor, right? Everything has armor, so why do I not have this node? Yeah, it works, so there's no reason why I don't have that node either. Oh wait, why did I go 90 points? I meant to go 110. Yeah, I do have that one. So I will remove this point, go here. Where can I save a point? I don't want to remove this because it's a decent chunk of block. But I guess this is 4% block without any of the extras that I'm getting from like the other nodes. And I could easily replace it with this and get more value. I'm gonna not do that unless I have a shield that actually has increased chance to block, and rather just that. So yeah, I'm fine with this. 80 auras and decent max hits. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Especially because it's funny how whenever I'm looking for how tanky I am, I just look at Fizz max hits. Because Fizz is the hardest to scale. It's like it's a bitch. The whole ass bitch thing to scale. It's not fun. So yeah, let's do this. This is assuming the Spectre is a thing. If it's not a thing, then we just use Enduring Composure all the same. We can also save a point here, I guess. Yeah, we could save a point there. So this is also an option. If we don't have to, then let's not. Like if I remember correctly, this one will let me, like the stable life regen or ES regen I have, this just increases that. It doesn't affect instant leech because instant leech technically isn't capped, but non-instant leech. But then again, is this really, I don't know that this is the most impactful simply because, you know, let's do this. We'll save the point anyways. If we want, we can put it back there. Yeah, I'll leave it 122. Getting to level 100 is already iffy. Like that's already iffy. ES number should obviously be higher because we're going pure ES, and the reality is I don't know if I want to use you. Like even if I'm not opting for, if I can get to 4K ES without an ES chess piece, then you are not half bad at all. But the question is, can I? I just plan to use you. Fuck it. Worst case scenario, my life pool is a bit lower, but with the increased base, to the increase to the bases like ES pools, it should be on the more chill side, if that makes sense. Like even this one should get more ES technically. Yeah, I'm fine with this. We lose like the 1% from here, but we regain, well, a lot of EHP. Compared, what was the low budget EHP, by the way? I don't remember. 91k, so like double our EHP. Simply because we got better block chance among other things. Not bad, I guess. Really not bad. This of course is also ignoring leech. So I think these two are basically done. We still have to worry about the high budgets and how we're gonna alter this, because this one is, well, I guess we could do the same thing here, which is remove you, definitely remove you and go for stun threshold, because I didn't realize that light delivery there was an ES build I made that had suckish light radius, so I've been putting light radius on my ES build since then. But the thing I didn't realize was that it was because that was a low life build, so I had suckish light radius, whereas with CI your life is always full, so you don't even need it. What else did I remove in the last one? I think I removed you. I would like to have you capped, but again, I'd rather go for this one. Oh wait, does this shield have chance to block? It does. Didn't I remove convocation? I don't expect you to have convocation anymore. Do I have convocation? Do I not have convocation? Here's the next question. Red, blue, red, blue. Conductivity, shield charge, frost, blink. I can get by without shield charge. If I don't do Storm Brand, then I can't use the glove on Nerve. I'm also not the biggest fan of it, to be honest. I like on Nerve, but I'm not the biggest fan of this. So I'm going to instead I'm going to put something I don't care if it gets triggered or not, like an aura. Is there anything I can put in this space? I'm thinking Tempest Shield can go in there. So Tempest Shield. Convocation. We still have Defiance banner, so we remove that. It's not important. So that means we have some free aura space all of a sudden, which means what can we put in? Maybe Flesh and Stone? Or maybe we can just scale back a bit on mana reservation. Yeah, I think we just scale back on mana reservation instead. Yeah. Then for support specters, we're going to have, for this version, we will have, and then we do this, also scaling back. This should be, recover ES over 1 second when you take this. We remove that and instead go and that's fine. If I had to say, we go with that one. Oh shit. And then we cap our spell block by doing that. This is just better than that, isn't it? They buffed this node. It has 3% chance to block spell damage now. 3% maximum chance, rather. And of course, recover ES on block. Oh, that is nice. That is, god damn, EHP calculation just went crazy. What the fuck? Do we not have, oh, that's a problem. Boss skill set, non-average, yes. Okay. Okay, it didn't just go crazy because that was why. Can I remove this too? Oh, I can't afford Bone Offering then. Okay, I can't. Or can I? Where's my mana node? There you are. Okay. It's already there. Yeah, it's already there. I like the idea of this, but honestly, I should probably just do this. So now I'm capped on both of them, which is something I have been trying to figure out how I was gonna do. And it just feels good, honestly. This is better. What else? Endurance support specters for this should be Oak, so perfect warlord. What's the other guy? Oak, Spirit of Fortune, 2. And then we have 7 Wretched Defilers. That's the plan for the high budget, and then we're gonna go Wounded Toll's Vow. And because of the Spirit of Fortune, we actually don't lose the lucky lightning hit, so I mean, I'm not calculating that, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, and then we still have a lot of ES. The question now, did I give these inflated values? No. ES is still high, but the base numbers are just higher. Because like I wasn't getting 7k ES, I don't think before. Maybe I was. I don't know. But what I want to do is this. Instead, I could just do. Nah, we go for the ES because we can technically save a point. We can save a point by not going the elemental res here and just going this one. Like I could do this, right? And then I can get the mastery and then just chance to block spell damage. Boom. Or chance to block AD, 77, 78 across the board. I don't need as much chance to block spell damage. I need more chance to block attack damage though. Well, let's make sure we need everything we are currently taking. Let's take this one. F it. This is fine. Yeah, it's fine. We can always get endurance charges if perfect warlord doesn't do what I said, and we can still get enduring composure. Oh wait. Instead of this, we should be going for this one. That is the one we should be going for. I don't know why I keep forgetting this node exists. And that gives us even more from here. So this makes it 48%. So even more, yes. Lore when I know you think I'm a lore hater, and I don't want to say you're wrong, but lore soon. Like I said, this is the high budget. With this, once this is done, we're basically ready to watch lore. Despair. We just need slightly more res. Like literally, if we just had this, we'd be chilling. But we don't. No. Don't. Is there a way I can reduce my block spell chance? If I didn't get this one, sure. What if I did this? Is there a universe where I still have enough for... Oh, there is. That means I can do that. Maybe get this one. No. Better still get this one. I should still have the mana. Yeah, I still have the mana I need for Bone Offering. It's not as comfy, but I have more res. My lightning res needs 1%. And oh fuck me, we have this culprit over here again. Tell me we're not as tight as I think. Oh wait, we're not. We're not. Okay, that's good. I was scared for a second. We are not. We can just get the same thing, cold res. Then we just need one ghastly eye jewel with all res. And you can be this guy. We're gonna sort, get the ghastly eye jewel there. Switch to, wait a second. No, this is the same ghastly eye jewel here, right? Okay. So we Control C, Control V. And instead of this, we just get all res. Or better still, cold and lightning res. And then we put it here. And now we're capped. And we still have a point to spare. We have 78, 77. We do not get mana thing from here. I do still think it's worth nah. This is enough. I still kind of want to get the mana reservation here just to make Bone Offering more comfy. Because as it stands, I think Bone Offering is just, I can cast it but barely. 83, I have like 11 extra mana once it casts. Once it triggers, so if I'm triggering it with something that is, let's say, shield charge or something else. Not comfy. Then we have the gloves. I have to remove both of them pretty much. 0, because both of these are on hits. Unless I get a good on hits thing. Maybe I should have gone ball lightning. Which means I need to find a different source of that. Which means Raise Spectre of Transience. We're removing Calling Strike. I'm gonna put Elemental Army. Additional accuracy is kind of non-negotiable because otherwise we're just not gonna have Feeding Frenzy or anything else really. More duration is big because that just means transient specters are going to be lasting for a pretty long time. Skill specific, it doesn't say how long they're gonna last, I don't think. Oh, it does 60 over a minute. So that's very calm. Very calm. What else do we have? Gloves. Let's pick new implicits. If I remember correctly, minions deal increased damage is like the best we have, other than inflicting on nerve. So minions deal increased damage, and Exarch, we don't have anything good here, sadly. Yeah, we have nothing. So the best we can do is either chance to suppress spell. So it's just not 0. And once in a while we suppress. Or we still get unnerve on hits. And just accept the fact that it's not going to be up often. But if we Frost Blink. Oh good, the leak thing has been fun. Wait, what's this? You know, I've been missing messages apparently. You are Lord Despiser. You killed you killed MF, you killed Delhi. Hey, it's not my fault that my will comes to existence, okay? If this is the case, I cannot be held liable for these things. You know, it is what it is. I take no blame, no responsibility for it. It's not my fault, as like I said. You will not take this away. All good things in the league. All good. The league thing has been so fun recently. Only annoying thing is it's always online, so can't pause. What do you mean? What's always online? You mean your workers and shit? That really, unless you have to, there is like if like you have to deal with food and stuff like that in real time, and unless there's something like that, I don't think being always online is a problem. Oh, League of Legends. Oh, that one. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine. I should try to I should try to play the mode. I forget what the mode is. Swarm before league start. Maybe if we start streaming early enough on Friday, might be able to get some swarming. Maybe. You're gonna get 10% there just so we can get like 19-20% spell suppress. That's it. But yeah. I like this character. There is a universe where I create a PoB that's gonna use Doriani's Machinarium. It is not gonna be easy, but it'll be fun. So if that universe does come to pass, you know, we're gonna have big damage. Big damage. We don't have to worry about dealing with the lightning damage though, because it switches to armor, so only thing that works for it is just flat elemental damage reduction and armor. So converting it to fire with tempered by war is obviously going to be good, because then I don't have to worry about lightning dots as much. 50% is gone. But then the remaining 50%, if I can get 4 endurance charges, that's 12% damage reduction. We still have to worry about a lot of damage from lightning dots killing us. So how else do we address this? Eternal Damnation used to be the play, but I no longer want Eternal Damnation, as it sets my max charges to 0, and that's not good. What else is there? I'll have to look at ways to reduce lightning Dorianis. Because the way I would have done it before was with Mahozotil. I use Mahozotil convert lightning to fire and cold, but then it halves. No, tempered by war is also kind of shite too. Tempered by war is kind of shite too, because with tempered by war, it makes me have less lightning and cold res, which means my bottom, like the minimum I can get for negative lightning res is that much higher, which is not good. We need to get as low as possible. Alternatively, could just sack the shield, go Mahuzotels. That would give me 50% to chaos, but then I can't go CI, which is a problem. So that's a problem for future me. That's what I'm gonna say. Can't be bothered right now. Anyways, BRB, I gotta get some water, and I shall be back soon, like in a minute actually. Okay, I'm back. It was supposed to be much shorter, but alas, someone decided I needed to do something before. Anyways, where were we? I think we are in a decent spot for lore. Is there anything else I want to add to this? I don't know that there's anything else I want to add specifically. Yeah, but low key, it feels really good that we can get higher than 75% block chance now. Like seeing this on 77 feels good. I like it. I like it a lot. Intimidate enemies for 4 seconds on block. Oh. Like I care about that, but oh. So if you go for any melee minion build, you might actually want to consider that node. I can save. Actually, no, I can't. I don't think I can save this point if I were to spec into other sources of chance to block like here. Okay, we're done. So the PoBs are ready for now. Oh, wait. We actually haven't done something on that last one. I need to go through the gems to make sure everything is what I would want to use now. That is, I'm using determination and discipline. Wrath, temper shield, determination, no discipline. I would love to use discipline, but I guess I don't need to. Yeah, I don't think I need to actually, because I'm on 7k right now. And 7k is nothing to sneeze at. What would discipline give me? 8,500. Not bad. Not bad at all. I also have a flask I said I was going to figure out that I never did. So let's figure that out. We have basalt. We have granite. Why did I want granite? Because gain 3 charges when you are hit by an enemy. That's why. That's why. We could go ward. We could go ward for the hits that get through block. But I mean, we don't scale ward, so it's not like it matters. Conk ground from my minions is also not a bad idea. Plus, it just reduces curse effects. But overall, I think I just go phasing flask. I either go phasing flask or I go jade. Not phasing, I'm onslaught rather. And the reason for onslaught is it just gives me movement speed. Who doesn't like movement speed? If there's a unique flask I would also want, that could be something I consider as well. I want to go chance to avoid being ignited. But first, let's start with reduce effect of chill. And let's see what we have. We have armor, move speed, curses. Damage taken from hits is leached as life during effect. Let's go chance to avoid being stunned. And then for you, you know one thing I also just realized? This is where the last point should go. Because Oak provides vitality. So my mid budget should also have it, assuming it has a free point, which it does. Oak has vitality. So life regen is just good. Period. Which means instead of damage taken from hits leached as life, no, I can't. I was gonna say I could just regen life, but I can't, and the reason I can't is simple. I don't have life, so 3% of life is not a big amount. 214 ES regen? Does this become 3% of ES? I'm confused. My life is 1. Unless I'm missing something in the Zealot's Oath. Oh, life regen is applied to that. So maybe, just maybe, it means that this would be 3% of ES. Which 1% of this is 70, so 3% is 200. Yeah, I mean, just 200 ES regen on our size recharge and all of that. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And then we can have whatever Oak's vitality is gonna be. I should also have here support specters. Perfect. That should be in, this should be in notes, not in custom mods. Support specters. Perfect. Warlord. Perfect. Spirit of Fortune. Okay. Notes. If that changes, it changes and whatever. So are we ready for some lore videos? You guys ready? Pull up some Kit Kat noodle and let's start Oh, my plans for a future PoE. Kind of intrigued by that. What does DM want to do? PoE lore. Kitten Cat Noodle complete lore series. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Hello, Exile, and welcome to Noodle's first video in the lore series on
Can you guys hear properly? Is it too loud? Is it fine?
Path of Exile. This video covers Act 1. Let's get started. Path of Exile is an action RPG that takes place on the fictional continent of Wretched. Wretched has been devastated by a massive apocalyptic event called the Cataclysm that took place 300 years before you start the game. To the southeast of Wretched is an island called Oriath, which has remained untouched by the Cataclysm. In the beginning of this game, you choose one of 7 characters banished or exiled from Oriath. You are sent to Wretched by ship as punishment for your crimes in Oriath by the High Templar named Dominus.
Oh.
It is currently the year 1599 IC.
So when we meet Dominus, we already know him. Our character already knows him.
Punishment for your crimes in Oriath by the High Templar named Dominus. It is currently the year 1599 IC, which stands for Imperialis Conceptus, or Conception of the Empire. The empire conceived was called the Eternal Empire, and its people were called the Eternals. The empire ruled from Wretched, but it rules no longer. Now the High Templars of Oriath are in power. Written history of Wretched dates back to 900 BIC, but it is believed that long before then people and gods themselves roamed the world. The High Templars rule Oriath from the capital city of Theopolis, and its people are the Oriath. The continent of Wretched has many different peoples currently living on it. The Asmiri, the Eternals, the Maraketh, the Ezamites, some Karui captives.
So June's people are the Maraketh?
The Eternals, the Maraketh.
Maraketh. I know that name from somewhere. I think it's Legion? Because this is June, right?
The Ezamites, some Karui captives, and other exiles of Oriath like yourself. The Cataclysm has had many different devastating effects across Wretched for the past 300 years. On our journey from Oriath to Wretched, our ship wrecks. We wash up on the coast just south of a small town called Lionized Watch. As we travel around Wretched, we discover the rich history of civilizations, past and present. And while many terms and people I'm about to name
Finally, yep.
maybe
I don't know if I understand the lore fully, but I'm gonna try to wrap my hand around it as much as I can.
Unfamiliar pieces will fall into place as we continue.
I like how she has a Thanksgiving turkey just running around with her.
Lionized Watch is an abandoned Eternal Army stronghold of Marcius Lioni, who defended against attacks led by Kaum, leader of the Karui 300 years ago.
If you have any questions, ask. Sure.
Who defended against attacks led by Kaum, leader of the Karui 300 years ago.
So Kaum isn't a god, he's just someone.
Marcius Lioni was a gemling captain of the Eternal Army, supported by the Emperor Chittus Parandus. A gemling is a person who has been implanted with virtue gems to give them more power. We will learn more about these soon. Kaum's attack was plotted by High Templar Vol, who led the Purity Rebellion, which we will learn more about later as well. I know it's a lot of information.
Yes, it is.
Trust me, we will hear more about this.
Yes, it is.
At the time, the High Templars were a religious order, not rulers. Kaum led his Karui to this south coast on canoes, the same coast we wake up on, to lay siege to Lionized Watch. Marcius Lioni, so named because he was missing an eye but had it replaced with a golden gem, met the siege with his Gemling Legion. After some fighting, the Karui turned and fled, and Marcius Lioni and his army followed, assuming Kaum had given up. It was known by many, including Marcius, that the Karui only fought with blades in melee combat, as was their tradition. Thus, when Kaum's melee army fled, Marcius believed that was his entire force, as no ranged tactics were used by the Karui traditionally. However, the clever Hiri, Kaum's niece, had noticed this tradition spoke only of men. So, with Kaum's permission, she and all the Karui women trained with Vol's greatest archers. And when
Oh no, fucking reverse.
Marsyas's army gave chase to the Karui led by Kaum, Hiri and her bow women laid waste to them.
Oh, I see. Hyri. Hyrri. Okay.
With that, led by Kaum, Hiri and her bow women laid waste to them. With that, around 1319 IC, Lionized Watch fell to the Karui.
So Hyri killed Lionized?
The Karui turned Lionized Watch and its surroundings into the first Karui settlement on Rayclast, as the Karui are native to the island Namakanui. When the Cataclysm began, the Watch was abandoned and eventually taken over by some exiles of Oriath. When our chosen exile wakes up on the beach, we must fight through undead and monsters to find the entrance to Lionized Watch, which is guarded by a very large undead man, the blacksmith Hillock. Hillock was an exile himself, accused of raping and killing many people, including children, back in Oriath.
Man, you're fucked up.
He has been terrorizing the area around Lionized Watch. Once we kill Hillock, we are let into Lionized Watch to meet around Lion.
How is she on the beach with 2 medium-sized flasks? How? Fucking how? Or am I bugging?
Including children, back in Oriath. He has been terrorizing the area around Lionized Watch. Once we kill Hillock, we are let into Lionized Watch to meet 3 other Oriathan exiles.
Farming the swords? Yeah, but you can't transfer anything to your new characters on that beach before, because you haven't gotten access to the stash. So how do you have medium flasks? Do you get the question? It's like there should be no logical way to have that yet.
Nessa, Bestel, and Tarkley. Nessa is a kind woman originally from Theopolis who takes care of the exiles in this watch. Bestel, the only survivor of the Marigold's shipwreck, is an aspiring poet. And Tarkley, a former pirate and now protector of Lionized Watch. Having proven ourselves fit and uncorrupted.
I mean, also it's old PoE. Yeah, it is. Maybe this is just their image for the small potions, but like they have the small mana, so I'd assume they also have the small health. It's just who knows if there was any workaround. I mean, maybe you wake up on the shore and there's a stash right there. Who knows? Who knows?
Corrupted by slaying Hillock, these exiles watch. Having proven ourselves fit and uncorrupted by slaying Hillock, these exiles ask for some help with simple tasks, such as fetching a medicine kit and exploring the carnage around the watch. We discover that the Cataclysm has not only risen the dead in the area, but also corrupted the wildlife. Quests have us traveling farther north to search for additional supplies or impending threats on Lionized Watch.
Like, yeah, I'm not surprised she has these flasks because she has had access to the stash. But like, confuses me.
As we make our way further inland on Rayclast, we learn through carvings what befell Kaum and his Karui that lingered in the area when the Cataclysm began, 20 years after the fall of Lionized Watch to the Karui. As mentioned, the Karui's home is Namakanui, which is an island to the south of Rayclast and west of Oriath. The Karui have long been captured and...
So, this is Rayclast, I assume. Oriath is nowhere in this picture. But they said south of Rayclast and west of Oriath. So Oriath should be southeast of Rayclast, question mark?
South of Rayclast and west of Oriath. The Karui have long been captured and enslaved by Oriathans and Eternals. High Templar Vol asked King Kaum to assist in the Purity Rebellion, and in return the enslaved Karui would be freed. Kaum agreed and successfully overthrew Lionized Watch, as mentioned. Kaum and his remaining warriors slaughtered the local Eternal citizens while creating their settlement. Once the Cataclysm hit, the dead on both sides of that battle rose up and began to attack the remaining Karui near Lionized Watch.
Well, rip.
The normal practice of the Karui was to bury their dead to honor them, but, quote, The earth of Rayclast rejects the dead. The black spirit of storm and dream now reaches into the ground and raises up our slain imperial foes. It leads the fallen from their graves and drives them to fight us beyond the end, rotted tooth and jagged nail. Our own remembered have joined their cursed ranks. Now Kaum instructed his people to begin burning the bodies that had risen. However, the cataclysm also corrupts the living. The local animals turned into monsters, and from writings we can infer that Kaum himself was driven to madness by the cataclysm. Kaum resumed ancient and abandoned traditions of the Karui, including sacrificing and consuming the flesh of his own people. Including sacrificing and consuming the flesh of his own.
So he got corrupted?
Traditions of the Karui, including some. Kaum resumed ancient and abandoned traditions of the Karui, including sacrificing and consuming the flesh of his own people.
Wouldn't that just corrupt you?
Kaum's journey from triumph to desperation to madness are written across Act 1 on the weathered carvings. Many of the writings about this time are from Lavianja, Kaum's advisor. Some are from Kaum himself.
Lavianga's flask.
Kaum claimed he could hear the ancestors call to him, including the Karui god Tukahama. Kaum had dreams that Tukahama left an offering that will save the Karui, so Kaum led his people north, farther inland.
We fucked up your god. Put some respect on our name.
The continent of Rayclast. Kaum brought his 500 finest warriors all the way to Highgate, into the mines.
Wait. So in Act 4, we kill Kaum, right? Then in Act 6, we kill his god. Yo, we're savages. What the fuck? We're absolute savages. I know we probably needed the power or whatever because we have the, the pantheon and yada, but like, goddamn.
Brought his 500 finest warriors all the way to Highgate, into the mines under Mount Veruso, which we will learn more about in Act 4.
Yeah.
As we make our way inland up the climb, we run into a Karui woman named Navali. Navali is being held in a cage surrounded by goatmen. When we approach, the goatmen all scatter or get crushed as a much larger goatman named the Fawn appears. When we kill the Fawn, we free Navali, a Karui Hatungo, or wise woman, who is actually an undead. However, she seems friendly and competent, and tells us that she can see visions of the future. These visions of the future can be...
They removed her from this act, right? Because I've never seen this NPC before. Well, maybe not never, maybe during Tota or something, but she's not there. Okay, I'm not bugging. Because when she was talking about cage, I'm like, what cage? What? Is it Tota NPC? Yeah, the name sounds familiar, but I know she's not in Act 1.
From Navali from this point onwards using silver coins. What silver coins represent, or...
Oh, I see what they did there.
From this point on, visions of the future. These visions of the future can be purchased from Navali from this point onwards using silver coins. What silver coins represent or where they come from is unknown, but prophecies from Navali are their only use. The Axiom prison sits at the top of the climb.
And then you also use it for Tota to... Yeah, I see.
Abandoned. Returning to Lionized Watch, we learn that the warden Brutus still resides in the prison and has since the Purity Rebellion. Brutus was turned into a monster using thaumaturgical virtue gems. Don't worry, I will explain more about these gems, but fun fact, the gems we use, skill and support gems, are virtue gems. Chevron of Umbra was a gifted thaumaturgist working as a student under Malachi, who we will also discuss more in a later video.
Malachi is the Act 4 person. I keep forgetting his name.
Thaumaturgy is defined as miracle working, but in the context of Path of Exile, it refers to the practice of magic, specifically related to magic and experimentation involving these powerful virtue gems. Following the success of Kaum's siege on Lionized Watch, Malachi was concerned...
Does anyone have a gaming chair that just decides to, go down? In like, I have a gaming and adjustable gaming chair, so I can like raise it up so I'm a bit higher, and my hand is like at a different angle on my desk, yada yada. But then every once in a while I'm just leaning back, chilling on the chair, it just decides, yeah, you're done being up, so it just takes me down. I'm like, my guy, why? and it's been doing this for a long while at this point. I want to believe it's faulty, or maybe I'm just sitting on it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I want to think it's. I mean, it's old, right? I got this back in 2021, so it's been here a while. Let's just say, time to go, Herman Miller. Is that a brand for gaming chairs? Is that your recommendation? Because I basically just bought a random gaming chair on Amazon that looked good, and it's been really pretty good to me. Like 3 years, you know. Gaming chairs are ass. Nah, you don't know what you're missing out on. Herman Miller, you don't know what you're missing out on. Herman Miller ergonomic chairs. Nah, ain't nah. Mm-mm. Oh, this doesn't look too bad. But like no adjustable hand, trash. No trash. Can't adjust the hand, trash. Office chairs. Let's see that one. Dude. Nah, I mean it's a side chair, but like goddamn, nope. Gaming chairs. Okay, so they have gaming. Let's see what the gaming chairs look like. I mean, I kind of, bro. Can you just stop being highlighted for a second, please? Thank you. It's to stand desk. I want to get a desk like this at some point. You feel that shit on your spine is genuinely amazing. Feel what? These chairs? The blue one is the go-to. Why? What's so special about this? Is my question to you. God damn, man. That is that's quite the price. And I'm guessing this is what USD. Is this still CA? No, this is US fucking D. Oh. Isn't this Logitech? There's a Logitech symbol. Why is my mouse not working? Hey, mouse. Oh, it's not my mouse. My mouse is working. It's the freaking site. Like the moment it just goes down, it just yoinks. Boop. Oh, it's actually Opera. Opera is frozen right now. Well, it isn't a fake chair made to be replaced every other year. I mean, put some respect on my chair's name. It's 3 years old at some point, and it's still doing its job kind of well. Ignore the fact that it goes down. It's still comfortable. Still comfortable. I just end up having to Reddit. They put it best. All right, let's see. I mean, my Opera is frozen, so it's kind of suckish. Yeah. Herman Miller broke my Opera. Let's close this. Okay. Are we making progress? Can I close it?
the Karui would turn
Damn, that was interesting.
their attentions on.
Anyways, I know a lot of people follow this sub in the same way I did in the past. They are different about guessing what I want to see other people's opinions for if the chair is worth the cost and if it will work for them. It's thoroughly justified. It's no small investment, and spending that kind of money requires a lot of contemplation. At least for me. So I figure I would share my opinions of my M body after 9 months of owning and constant daily use, especially in regards to comparing it to my pre-purchase apprehensions and concerns. First, the cost, is it worth it? I have just now finished paying off the cost of the chair from my credit card after 9 months of payment, and I got this at 20% off discount sale too. The cost is no joke, and it cannot be emphasized enough that this is an investment. But I would say that as far as my office setup is concerned, this is the best money I've ever spent. I don't earn crazy money, and it took me a while to pay for this, but I don't regret it for a second. The reason for which will be outlined in the rest of the post. About it being noise, how bad is it? I won't mince words. It's bad. It is a loud, obnoxious, noisy, creaky chair that does not apologize for it. It makes a lot of noises on each shift and movement in the chair, but it is so. Is it so super loud that it will disrupt your work like concentration or pick up on your mic in a Discord call? No, and I will honestly say that a lot of people's complaints about it are a little exaggerated, or perhaps they are more sensitive to the noise than I am. But if I have my headphones on or even half on, it's honestly fine. Can totally deal with it. It isn't mega intrusive, and I can very easily live with it. My chair has become creaky, but it's because of age. When it was in its younger days, it wasn't creaky at all. It was good. Is it comfortable, and how do you sit in it that allows you to be comfortable? Chair is definitely altered the way I sit sometimes, but the chair has definitely altered the way I sit sometimes, purely because when I sit and tilt back, it's so damn comfy. In my previous chair, I had a tendency to put one leg up under my butt and lean heavily on my left hand side / arm. And here is the true beauty of the chair. Sometimes I still do based on my mood, and this chair completely supports my back, no matter how I choose to sit in it at any given time. If I want to sit more forward and attentive, I can be and be fully supported. If I want to slouch back and play something with a controller or watch a movie, I can and be fully supported. If I feel like having a weird leaning slouch to one side, I can and be fully supported, and I can sit in any of these configurations for 8 hours plus and come out of it with no pain whatsoever anywhere in my body. I found that my great preference lately is leaning back at the first tilt log and putting my feet up on a footstool, and it is a truly magnificent, I assume it means experience here. I've never known a chair to support so well in every single combination of sitting. There's no headrest. Do you miss it if you want to lounge? The short answer is no. I don't miss it at all from my previous tall backed chair. I don't get neck pain, and I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. Because my back is so well supported, my neck doesn't need it. It's odd. Now this does come with a caveat. I am 5'4", so a taller person who doesn't have this chair hugging their upper back may have more issues with it than I do. But as a shorter person, I have no complaints whatsoever. There's barely any padding. Is it comfortable? It changes the way you sit, which is sick and helpful. I will say that would be very handy to have. However, I do think it is something I could get as an alternative, in the sense that at some point in my life, I see myself having, like, I could easily have 2 gaming chairs, you know, one for, and I could switch them depending on my mood. But I'm like 5'11". I'm around the same height. 5'11". I think I'm 5'11 and a half or something. I see myself being able to do that, and if it is as comfortable, or if it changes the way I sit so much that I don't enjoy my other chairs, that would be interesting. Won't complain about that. There's barely any padding. Is this so comfortable in the softer chair? Yes, the seat cushion is the most obscenely comfortable seat fan I have ever sat in, and there's barely any padding. I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, I, in my experience, have needed padding in many ways because let's just say I don't have much natural padding, so I tend to rely on the chairs I sit on for padding. The way the cross-hatched material works underneath the padding is absolute sorcery, and it gives softness and support under your butt as if you're sitting on a super deep padded cushion. It's truly special. The back I did find a little more slight discomfort with it because of the material, but I found that just having a blanket draped over the back on top of the cushion makes it magnificent. The way the strange material on the back fold, bend, and support you again adds a decent amount of give and softness while fully supporting your back, but not as much as the seat pan. That being said, I have no complaints whatsoever when I sit in this thing after a long day. It feels like home. There isn't a huge lumbar support, but it's plenty enough, and it definitely doesn't stick out and dig into my back at all. Yeah, two things I think are worth noting when purchasing this chair. What are the downsides? First weeks are gonna suck. You may not like it, and it will cause you a lot of pain in your back when you first start using it, depending on what chair you are coming from. I definitely hurt my back, and I struggle to find a way to get comfy in the chair. I dialed the tensions into lots of different combinations and still, but as the weeks progress, my body adjusted to sitting in a more supported, proper, ergonomic way for my back. And once my body had gotten used to it, I have never felt any single twinge of back pain since. They are the best quality gaming chairs for your buck, and in Canada too. Oh, you mean Secret Labs? Yeah, I think I might eventually get Secret Lab, but like, they're also expensive. I might consider them. That is something I will probably consider at some point, maybe in the next year or two. Like once I'm ready to replace this chair, because this chair I think still has like a good half a year to a year left. So I'm gonna get my value. Actually, I've gotten my value and more. It's not ready to give up, and I'm not ready to give up on it. Mine is about to go back to Amazon. I mean, I don't mind. Amazon has some good chairs. Like my brother has his own gaming chair, and he is. I don't think his is as quite as comfortable as mine, but I think it was also pretty good quality. Because like one thing I love doing on this chair is I love taking the back down almost all the way. And you would think if you took it back too far and you leaned on it backwards, you would fall backwards. But this chair is very surprisingly grounded to where you are not falling at all. Like you just end up being able to almost practically lie down in your chair, and it's comfortable, for lack of a better word. Final note is arms adjustment. It isn't great. Oh god, this is something I love my current chair for. Arms adjustment. Feel clunky and awkward to move in and out, but the height adjustment is fine. They support my arms well, and I can easily get them into a spot that works well for me. Movement to get them there is just awkward. Oh, okay, that's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought you didn't have the flexibility of getting it to where you wanted. It was support me leaning on them as well, but even now, after 9 months of owning, I will use the arms to push myself up and reset my butt position on the seat pan, and the arms will crack out and shift positions. Oh, until it's too off-putting and frustrating. It's a deal breaker, no, but it's definitely the worst thing about the chair. Okay, and this, I assume this has been roughly your experience with the chair too, or with the products. I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine.
On the Empire. Chevron was instructed.
One thing I will say, being able to sit in it for a long time without any pains, that might be something I want. We'll see. We'll see.
To have Brutus stop the Karui from ever reaching the inland of Rayclast.
Okay, so what is this? We're talking about Brutus here?
Following the success of Kaum's siege on Lion Eye's watch, Malachi was concerned the Karui would turn their attentions on the Empire. Chevron was following the success of Kaum's siege on Lion Eye's watch, Malachi was concerned the Karui would turn their
Malachi being the person who Chevron's teacher.
Attentions on the Empire. Chevron was instructed to have Brutus stop the Karui from ever reaching the inland of Rayclast. Brutus, as he aged, had become interested in darker arts to preserve his life and strength. Brutus agreed to keep the Karui from passing, and also agreed to Chevron's thaumaturgy in hopes of becoming a more powerful being. After an agonizing, days-long experiment, Chevron was successful in implanting a thaumaturgical gem into Brutus, but Brutus was too powerful, and killed Chevron and all her aides once he awoke.
Rip.
Any remaining guards fled the prison and locked him inside. It is said Brutus beat his arms to a bloody pulp trying to break free.
So, so that is why in Act 6 we see Chevron, because she is at the top of this structure, and we don't go there in Act 1. We're just trying to leave, so we kill Brutus and we leave. But in Act 6, we go hunting for her specifically. I think we're like, Chevron, you're gonna die today. So we go to the rooftop. Okay.
For 300 years, Brutus has resided in the prison as this thaumaturgical monster. As we approach the warden's quarters of the prison, a woman stands above us, looking through Chevron's notebook on thaumaturgy that was left behind.
Piety.
This woman is
Piety,
Piety, who we will come to know quite well in our adventures. She is surprised to see an exile in the prison and leaves quickly. To continue on to inland Rayclast, we must defeat Brutus. Upon his defeat, we exit the prison into an area called Prisoner's Gate. We follow the road north and find Piety again, standing at the gate. Using her own powers of thaumaturgy, Piety locks the gate and bars access inland.
Like, she's
We
such a
must
pain in
find
the
our
butt.
own way inland, exile. After the Purity Rebellion,
One more day. Yep. Just slightly over 20. I don't want to say slightly over 24 because like it's more along the lines of almost just under 48, but like we're almost there. Almost there.
Chevron had created this thaumaturgical gate as a second defense against the Karui traveling inland. It seems Piety has thaumaturgical power to rival that of Chevron from 300 years ago. We will learn much more about Piety in future acts, but for now we know Piety as a woman from Oriath who works with a group called the Blackguards. The Blackguards work for the High Templars who currently rule Oriath. We need to find a way past the gate, and as we explore the area, we find a path to the ship graveyard, a gloomy coastal landscape. Since Brutus has remained alive, trapped in the prison, we can infer Calm never bothered going through the prison. It seems Calm and his followers have traveled here as well, as indicated by the weathered carvings, likely taking this path or canoes from the coast to this ship graveyard. We read a carving that tells of how Calm and his 500
So they just skipped Brutus.
finest warriors.
Where's my ship when I need one in Act 1? Give me the ship. Let me just skip. I don't mind.
Continued.
Actually, I do those quest rewards, those gems. They maybe hit different, right? I do mind.
On, while the remaining Karui
Brutus
of the
has to die.
settlement, led by Calm's niece Hiri, took canoes back to Namakanui. In this ship graveyard, we run into the ghostly Captain Fairgraves, who is stuck on the coast with his ship until we can retrieve his All-Flame. Fairgraves warns us of Mervale, a siren who lives in the caverns to the north, and also asks us to retrieve his All-Flame from the slave girl who stole it. From Bestel, we learn a bit about Fairgraves himself. He was a poet and a famous sailor who worked for High Templar Dominus. Using Karui's slave labor, he traveled around gathering documents about thaumaturgy for Dominus. He had been missing for the last 30 years, apparently stuck right here in the ship graveyard. When we return the All-Flame to Fairgraves, he reveals that the All-Flame could revive Fairgraves by taking life from others, planning to take our life for his own. Jerk. After a fight, Fairgraves disappears. For now.
So old Fairgraves was just there. He didn't send waves of crewmates or whatever. He was just there ready to try to kill you. Please understand that as a gentleman, this hurts me more than it hurts you, or whatever the fuck he says. Like, no, screw you.
The caves to the north can take us further inland, but as Fairgraves warned, they are home to Mervale and her daughters. This cave system is called Siren's Cove. Mervale is the final boss of Act 1 and one of the saddest stories we come across. Mervale was a beautiful Oriathan woman who traveled to Wreyclass to attend the fights in the grand arena of Sarn. She was spotted by the soon-to-be champion and king of swords, Duresso, as he fought. When Duresso won his title, he shouted out to Mervale to marry him, and she accepted.
You must have married me.
Duresso's engagement gift to Mervale was the Star of Wreyclast, a beautiful but cursed necklace.
Oh.
The Star of Wreyclast held a virtue gem that was implanted in the throat of a woman named Kalisa Mas, an opera singer. She became a prolific singer through the power of this gem to a terrifying extent. A Sarn poet named Victorio wrote that, quote,
Victorio!
The gem at Kalisa's throat sparkled with starlight brilliance as her C-sharp shattered every pane of glass in the auditorium. Kalisa died at her final opera performance, and her gem was removed and put into the Star of Wreyclast. At first, she simply coveted the necklace, wearing it constantly and lashing out at anyone who touched it, you know, clawing out the eye of a girl who touched the Star of Wreyclast at a party.
God damn.
Normal behavior. It had given her a
When you say lash out, like I'm not actively thinking, oh, just fucking claw your eyes out. Like, god damn, that's kind of extreme.
beautiful
That's not typical lashing out.
singing voice, but it began to change her. Mervale would sneak out into the night, wandering the streets, coming home cold and covered in seaweed and slime.
Lol.
Her body became covered in odd lumps, her skin was blotchy, her teeth grew long and sharp. Mervale was pregnant at the time with Duresso's child and
This
began
is
to talk
love's
excitedly
true
about the
face.
children she would have, how they'd be as beautiful as she was becoming. Duresso snuck out in the middle of the night and fled to Sarn to find a cure for this curse. Finding Duresso gone, Mervale ran to the sea and screamed. She waited on the beach for days, eating fish as her transformation continued. He never returned. Transformed into a terrifying tentacled siren, Mervale crawled into nearby caverns and gave birth to her first daughter. The cave systems under the continent of Wreyclast are immense, spanning from Oriath to Siren's Cove and farther east, as we will discover in Act 6. She has remained in these cave systems ever since, still wearing the Star of Wreyclast. Using her siren song, she lures sailors to their death, hence the ship graveyard, to feed herself and her daughters. Given the number of Mervale's daughters, it is possible she also mates with the shipwrecked sailors before eating them. She
Talk
still
about
believes
Black Widow
Duresso will
movements.
return, on one hand cursing him for leaving and not seeing her beauty, on the other pining for him. Upon killing Mervale, we exit the caverns and find ourselves in the southern forest, which is the beginning of Act 2. It's your boy Noodle. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this series, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, punch that bell button, you know, whatever they
That was... Yeah, that was fucked up. Only source for the week for the lore? Yeah. I don't know a single other source. It's weird. Very weird.
It's your boy Noodle. Thank you so much for
No more Wreyclass shit. Yeah, this is it's your average day in Wreyclass. Oh, you caught someone out. Yeah, that's just Tuesday. Oh, you mated with someone and then ate them? Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do on a Saturday? I mean, what else? Really? Really? You send someone on a quest and try and betray them after? Get good. Like you could do better. You could have set a trap for them so they would come back, and then by the time they talk to you, their legs are fucked, and then you can kill them. You know, or you set the trap right outside the door for when they are their most tired after fighting whatever it is you send them to fight, and you kill them. Like, you know, you plan this out more. You don't just, you know, say I'm sorry, send a bunch of skeletons at them, and then try to kill them yourself. That don't sound like working smart to me. Just saying. But yeah, Wreyclass is a harsh continent. so far at least, and I don't think it gets better one bit. But we're gonna be back tomorrow. We have Act 2 to watch, as well as what else? We have Act 2 and, well, future acts, obviously. Act 2 to 10. Hopefully we can finish it tomorrow. Anything we don't finish tomorrow, we are going to... What else are we going to do? Anything we don't finish tomorrow, we are just going to finish on Friday before league starts. So that would basically mean that... This would basically mean that we would start earlier if we have more to finish, but we're going to try to not have anything to finish. That way our Friday is kind of more free. Anyways, good night, and I'm gonna see